Hello, my presentation is on cyberbullying, an extension of traditional bullying. Why should we pay more attention to cyberbullying? Social media presents pros and cons of students. Pros being connecting with others, lets you get creative, search for knowledge, and collaborate on projects. Cons being can depend on social media for information, get lost and spend hours doing nothing, and the occasional trolling. Students need more instruction on digital citizenship. That is, people live in a digital world now, and they need to be taught how to properly live and function in it, just like they do in the real world. And that that responsibility belongs to the teachers and parents, that they need to teach students proper use of social media. So there are similarities and differences between cyberbullying and traditional bullying, but there is a fine line between the two forms of bullying. The differences are like being anonymous and not being able to see the emotions of the people being victimized. Similar ways is that it's intentional and repetitive and meant to hurt the other person on the other end. Kids who are cyberbullied are also victims of traditional bullying as well. And cyberbullying causes mental health issues in children, but traditional bullying more uniquely predicts psychological symptoms. This is why when kids are cyberbullied, they're usually being bullied traditionally as well. So cyberbullying is an extension of traditional bullying. Um, so in this study, 841 students in grades 3 to 5 participated in an online survey. They were each presented with a definition of bullying before they started answering questions about cyberbullying and traditional bullying. And that was on a 5-point scale. There was a positive correlation between all forms of bullying and victimization, but less correlation between cyber victimization. Students who were cyber victimized did not want to tell an adult about the situation because they feared that it would get them in trouble. In this study, 1,001 children were given an online survey on their experiences with bullying. They answered questions about their experience with bullying and the impact it had on their cognition, their psyche, and behaviors. Children in Canada between ages of 10 to 17 are cyber victimized 1 in 7 times, and cyberbully someone else 1 in 13 times. Children who are cyberbullied or cyberbully are more likely to be involved in other forms of bullying. This was another example of cyberbullying being an extension of some sorts of traditional bullying. Future attempts in addressing bullying and their use need to include cyberbullying because the adverse effects on the children and how closely related cyberbullying and traditional bullying are. Even though the results showed that the kids who are cyber victimized report more negative outcomes, the differences were small. In this study, 1,225 students in middle school and high school participated in a survey. The students answered questions about cyberbullying and traditional bullying victimization, which was measured on a 5-point Likert scale. To measure their psychological symptoms the students had, they answered a 5-item questionnaire. There was a significant overlap between students that were cyberbullied and bullied in person. This slide yet again shows that there was a reported overlap of being a victim of both traditional and cyberbullying, which was around 93% of the participants. The negative psychological symptoms showed that a combination of traditional bullying and cyberbullying, or just traditional bullying, had more of an impact on the kids' negative psychological outcomes than just cyberbullying alone. To sum it all up, there are differences between cyberbullying and traditional bullying, but there is a fine line between the two forms of them. Kids who are cyberbullied are also victims of traditional bullying as well, and cyberbullying causes mental health issues in children, but traditional bullying more uniquely predicts psychological symptoms, and cyberbullying is just an extension of traditional bullying.